Good evening, everyone. My name is Patrick. Welcome back. Um, this one's kind of gotten thrown out there by a few different people. Most recently, a friend of mine, Jason M. It's a hard song for him. Wasn't an easy song for me at the time that I heard it. So, without further delay, this is the format on your porch. This is the live version.
I was on your porch, the smoke sank into my skin, so I came inside to be with you. And we talked all night about everything you could imagine, 'cause come the morning I'll be gone.
The person that I heard this with, the first time that I ever heard this song, was highly addicted to Percocet and left me to pursue something she felt would better facilitate her habit. I like how melancholy the music is, and I definitely like his voice. For me, music has memories attached to a lot of it. Good, bad, or otherwise, I definitely remember the people associated with the song, even if I didn't know them very well, and I also remember the feeling of the mood when the song was playing.
And as I start to close, I turn to you and let you know that I love you.
It's never a bad thing to be open with the person you're with about how you feel and being vulnerable and letting yourself be raw for a moment. When that feeling isn't reciprocated and you end up in the unrequited love situation, if you haven't expressed how you feel to that person and you've set those unrealistic expectations, the devastation is far greater. Save yourself that grief by just being open and honest with that person, and even if they don't feel the same way, at least you know. At least you have done what you can to put in your side of things.
My dad was sick. Oh, my mom, she cared for him. Her love, it nursed him back to life. Oh, and me, I ran. I couldn't even look at him for fear I'd have to say goodbye.
I went and visited my grandmother shortly before she passed from leukemia, and even though I didn't know what it was at the time that was wrong with her, the signs were there, and I see them in hindsight now, and I'm glad that I was able to visit with her. My grandma Sally, on the other hand, went into, she fell and hit her head and went into a coma. And all I could do was sit there by her bedside, fill her in on the birth of my new kid, and there was no reciprocation, and then there was never going to be again. She squeezed my hand. I don't know if that was reflex or understanding. Never will. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Give your family their flowers while they're still alive, because there's no telling when you might not have that opportunity again.
And I start to leave. He grabs me by the shoulder and he tells me, what's left to lose? You've done enough. And if you fail, well, then you failed, but not to us. And these last 3 years, I know they've been hard, but now it's time to get out of the desert and into the sun.
Look, it's hard. It's hard to fail. In recovery, if you relapse, the temptation is to stay there. If you slip up, do something stupid, you end up going to jail or whatever the case, it's easier to fall back on that unknown behavior or that known behavior than it is to try and forge a new path forward. And I am here to tell you, and I'm living proof that's here to tell you, that you can forge your own path forward. Don't be afraid of failure. Embrace it. You know, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to face fear and keep going. Same with failure. Failure is just one step in the wrong direction, and then you can just bring it right back. It's not the end of the world. It's not.
Even if it's alone. So now here I sit, I'm your hotel off for sunset, and my thoughts bounce off a sound's guitar. And that's the way it's been.
That string section is such an enhancement to this song. And there are times and places where that string section, that orchestration, just adds more feeling to an already expressive song. Being an empath, I already feel a lot more than I should. I don't have any way to turn it off. I tried numbing it with drugs, and that didn't work out so well. It's a beautiful song.
Ever since we were kids, but now, well, now we've got something to prove. And I can see your eyes, but tell me something, can you see mine? 'Cause what's left to lose? I've done enough, and if I fail, but I gave it a shot. And these last 3 years,
What's left to do? There does come a point where you feel like no matter how hard I try, no matter how much I put into what I'm doing, it's not enough, and it's not good enough, and it'll never be good enough. But instead of giving up, try a different approach. Even if that means you have to rebuild your thinking from the ground up, and reprocess and redirect those thoughts, there's always hope. There's always hope. Maybe it's just that situation isn't meant to be, and we need to be strong enough to recognize that we've given that situation all we can, and we let it be, and hope for the best with whatever that is. And I don't see that as giving up. I just see that as taking a step back and reevaluating where you're at. And just remember, if you're not stable with yourself, you're not happy with who you are, where you're going with your life, what you're doing with your life, there's going to be more dramatic fluctuation in your life. The lows will bring you really low, the highs will bring you really high, because you're not aware of who you are as a person. Whereas once you've learned how to center yourself, there's still going to be highs and lows, but they're not going to be quite as drastic.
I know they've been hurt, but now it's time to get out of the desert and into the sun, even if it's alone. Even if it's alone, I'm not alone, I'm not alone.
Sometimes the easiest way to get out of that rough patch that you're in is to keep walking forward, keep moving forward. If it's dark and you can't find a light, be your own light. The cool thing about being your own light is you may very well be the light that someone else was searching for, and you may be able to guide someone else without even realizing it.
Even if it's alone. I was on your porch it sank into my skin.
I mean, when even your own string players get choked up, your song is having a major impact. Don't forget, being yourself may not be anyone else's cup of tea, but as long as you're yourself, you'll be happy. And eventually, you'll find someone that likes you for who you are. And you just don't need to rush into anything you're not familiar or comfortable with. Just be happy in the moment with yourself. And you will eventually find that there is someone out there that likes themselves and they match you.